Hello everyone, welcome to I Got Into Locksport. This is the newest channel in the I Got Into lineup. This channel is going to be for all my videos related to Locks and Locksport, which will include picking, repinning / rekeying, challenges, and a whole lot more. But before I start picking and pinning, I'm going to tell you about how this plastic padlock toy from a 2006 KFC Kids meal sparked my interest in locks and got me to where I am now. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this little bit of history behind my interest in locks. So my interest in Locksport began back in 2006 when I got this plastic padlock toy in a KFC Kids meal. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, KFC used to do kids meals back in the day. And ever since, my interest in locks has grown and got me to the point where I am now. At the time of recording this video, I am a green belt in the Lockpickers United belt ranking system, and I am currently just improving my skills and practicing a bit, so it's all good for if I plan to go up the ranks in the future. So now let's get back to my journey in Locksport. After getting the KFC padlock in 2006, instead of using it for its intended purpose, as like a decoration for your school bag or just to clip onto something for a little bit of fun, I instead play with it as if it was a real padlock. And then shortly after, when I started kindergarten in the same year, 2006, I began to start taking an interest in the padlocks that were being used on the gates at the kinder in the playground area. And this actually carried through to primary school, where again I was always looking at the locks, mostly the padlocks that were used on the gates and the pad bolts, and or any spots where the students, where the staff didn't want students to get access to, and where the locks were required to be part of the school's master key system. And eventually this also spread to just out in the wild, as in the community, where I would just walk up to random gates and just look at the padlocks that were on there just out of curiosity. And one thing I would often do is, if a lock was attached, particularly Lockwood padlocks, if they were secured in a way that made the Lockwood logo face away or face towards whatever was being secured, I would say the lock was on backwards, and sometimes it would actually make me quite upset. And then if I saw one and the Lockwood logo was facing me, I'd be very happy. And this continued for a good number of years, and has stuck with me ever since, although these days I don't pay as much attention to the direction a padlock is facing when it's secured, I mainly pay more attention to the lock itself and whether the owner made a good or a bad choice with the lock they decided to use. So in 2011, I saw a bi-lock for the first time. Now, a bi-lock is a high security lock system made by an Australian company called Bi-Lock. And the keys resemble a U that's kind of been squared off where the curve would be at the bottom. And this kept my interest in locks going alongside the thing with which way a padlock was being secured to something when I would see it. So from 2011 to 2014, my interest sort of died down a bit, mainly in part because of a new school building which resulted in the removal and demolition of some of the old buildings. But in 2014, when I started high school, my interest was re-sparked. 2014 is the year I started high school. And when I started high school, me, along with all the other students, were issued with ABIS 78 KC50 combination padlocks for use on their lockers. And I was curious about the little keyhole on the back of the lock and what that was for, so I googled the model number and found a YouTube channel called Nothing But Padlocks. Nothing But Padlocks is a channel with reviews of mostly ABIS products, and among those products was the 78 KC50. So after watching Nothing But Padlocks for a bit, I then discovered Bosnian Bill's channel, and I started watching his videos, and it was his videos that taught me how to repin and rekey rekeyable padlocks. And I did that with a couple of Lockwoods that I had found laying around, but didn't have keys for. While at the same time, my interest in locks was kept alive because my high school used a large and complex bi-lock system with colour-coded keys for all the padlocks and door locks and whatnot. The colour coding was so that way the staff members knew which key was for which lock, and so that they didn't have to spend 10 minutes searching the key ring to find the right key and pulling keys in and out of the lock and turning them to see if they work. The colour coding really helped save time. 2016 to 2019, I would say, my interest in locks sort of came and went. I'd focus on it for a little bit, then switch to something else, then do locks and something else, and that pattern repeated. Until early 2023, when I stumbled upon the Lockpicking 101 forum. Shortly after I found it, I created an account there, joined the forum and their Discord server, and then maybe about a month later, I found Lockpickers United, and I joined their server. And since joining Lockpickers United, I've participated in their belt ranking system. At the time of recording this video, I'm at a green belt. Right now I'm currently thinking of ideas for a challenge lock, and I am building up my skills so I can advance through the belt ranks and maybe someday get to black. But for now, that's pretty much all I have for my story about how a plastic KFC padlock toy has brought me to where I am now. And I can't wait to see what the journey ahead has in store for me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave any feedback in the comment section. You can subscribe by clicking on my logo on the end screen. And always remember to keep Locksport legal. If you don't own it, you don't pick it. Till next time, this is One White Cam signing off.